What's up with the what's up? It's LaDria LaVae and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm gonna bring you this boho cardigan, super warm, super cozy. And you know, I'm from New York, so it's summer one week, winter the next week. You gotta stay prepared. This project was worked in 3 panels and then the sleeves. Super simple. Let's get to it. For this tutorial, I used 7 rolls of red heart, soft yarn in the color toast, a 6mm hook, scissors, and measuring tape. A weight 3 yarn work just as well. Okay, so let's get started. We're gonna start with our first panel, and this pattern just consists of 6 rows. So let's get to it. We're gonna chain up 38, and this is an oversized sweater, so if you want to go up, just do multiple of 2s. So we're gonna chain up 38. My panel measure 11 inches wide and 70 inches long. Keep in mind I am 5'3". This go about 3 to 4 inches past my knee. So you could do it shorter or longer. So I have my 38. After that, I'm just going to chain up 2 for the turning chain. For this row, it do not count as a stitch. And we're going to double crochet in the 3rd chain from the hook. So that's 1, 2, and right into that 3rd chain, and double crochet all the way down. Double crochet. And I'm gonna double crochet all the way down. I'll meet you when I get back. Okay, so I'm at my last stitch. Just gonna go right in there. I'm gonna chain up 2. And half double crochet in the back loop. So I'm gonna turn my work. So after the chain 2, turn your work, half double crochet in the back loop. That's the loop right there, furthest away from you. And half double crochet all the way down. And half double crochet all the way down till you reach the very last stitch. And I'll be back. So I finished that half double crochet row in the back loop. For row 3, we chain up 2, turn our work, and double crochet in the back loop. And I'll meet you when I get back down here. So this is row 3. So I finished our double crochet in the back loop row, and now we're gonna chain up 4, turn our work. Now our last stitch, that very first stitch, count as a stitch. We're gonna skip the next stitch after that and place 1 double crochet in that 3rd stitch. So skip that first one, skip the second one, 1 double crochet in the 3rd. After that 1 double crochet, you chain 1, skip the next stitch, skip the next stitch, and place 1 double crochet right there. And you're gonna do that going all the way down. Chain 1, skip 1, and double crochet in the next. And that's how it looks. you'll have 1 stitch left. You're going to chain 1 and place 1 double crochet in that chain 2 space we did from the previous row. So that is row 4. Now we're going to chain up 3, turn our work, and we're going to do the cross double crochet. So you skip this first box and place 1 double crochet in the next box, and then yarn over and place 1 double crochet in the box you skipped. Creating this cross shape, and we're going to do that in every box, placing 1 double crochet in that chain 4 space. So even though this is occupied, we're still going to use it. We're going to go into the next box, place 1 double crochet, and in the previous box, another double crochet. So one box is sharing a double crochet. So in the next box, place that double crochet, yarn over, in the previous box, another double crochet. So this is how it looks so far, and I'll meet you when I get to the end. So I'm approaching my last box where that chain 4 space is. I'm going to place 1 double crochet in that box, boom, boom, and then a double crochet in the previous box, boom, boom. Now you're going to place 1 double crochet in that third chain of the chain 4 space. Right there. And that's how this row look. I'm gonna chain up 2. Turn our work and place 1/2 double crochet in each stitch. The chain 2 do not count as a stitch. Make sure you have double crochet in the very first stitch. I'm at the chain 3 space, and you're gonna place 1/2 double crochet in that stitch. So now this is basically the pattern. You're gonna repeat rows 4, 5, and 6 2 more times. So it's gonna create a group of 3. You're going to repeat 4, 5, 6 2 more times. After that, you'll repeat rows 1 and 2 for the whole panel. So this is how it will look. After you do rows 1, 2, and 3, you will do rows 4, 5, and 6 clearly, and repeat rows 4 and 5 and 6 2 more times, creating about 3 rows of this box-like stitch. After your group of 3, the 4, 5, 6, you'll do rows 1 and 2 and 3 and just repeat. So I will put everything in the next screen. You can screenshot it, all the rows, everything will be laid out for you. You can mix and match with this pattern. You could do more rows of double crochet, you can do more rows of box stitches. Do how you do or what you do when you do it. So Just stay tuned for the next screen so you can see all the rows. I laid it out for you. You know how I do. So once you're done with your panels, however long you choose to do, you have to make 2. Mine is 70 inches. Like I said, it go past my knee. And you can do it shorter, longer, however you want. Once you're done with your 2 panels, you're going to work on your back panel. Now, for your back panel, it's simply the amount of chains that you chain for your first panel times 2 plus 4. So originally, for my first panel, I chained 38. Times that by 2 plus 4 is 80. So I chained 80 for my back panel and followed the same exact pattern that I just shown. Once you're done with all your panels, you're going to grab your first panel, lay it right on top, and align the sides. Right there. Boom. We align, y'all. Now we're gonna attach how you want to attach. I'm just going to single crochet up until I have 7 inches left, which I'll be leaving for my armhole opening, which leave a wide armhole. Now you could do it smaller, you could do it longer, you could do it however you want, but I'm gonna leave around 7.5 inches for my armhole, and I'll be single crocheting from the bottom up until I reach that point, leaving that open. Since it's the same pattern for the back panel and the front panel, we're just going to align the columns so they kind of match, and just single crochet all the way till you get to that armhole opening, and I'll meet you when I get back. So I single crocheted my way from the bottom where I attach my yarn all the way till I have about my 7 and 7.5 inches left for the armhole. So I'm just going to secure that, chain up 1, cut my yarn, pull, and weave that in. Now we're going to do the shoulder seam, and I'm going to do the same exact thing. I left a long tail, so I'll just be single crocheting along the shoulder seam. So I'm just going to single crochet all the way till we get to the end of that seam for the first panel. And I'm going to do this all the way down, just like how we did for the side seam. So I'll meet you when I get back here. So I finished the seam, looking good. I'm going to chain up 1, cut my yarn, pull through. And now you're going to do the same exact thing, leaving that armhole open and everything for your second panel on the other side. So I finished attaching both of my panels, and now you're going to flip it on the right side. So this is the right side. Wait, no. Okay, so you're going to flip it on the right side. This is the wrong side. You're going to flip it to where the seam is on the inside of the garment. And now we're gonna work on a quick border, super optional. And we're gonna start from the bottom, attach our yarn at the bottom, go all the way around with a single crochet. So I attached my yarn at the corner, chained up one, gonna pull tight, and single crochet all up the panel, around the back, like where the neckline is, and down the second panel. For every row where it's like the box stitch, the box row, for that in chain, I place 3 single crochets on that chain. And that's how it looks so far. I'll meet you when I'm done. Or, you know, I'm gonna come back. So, I finished my single crochet all the way around. And now, we're gonna chain up 2. Turn our work. And we're gonna half double crochet in the back loop all the way back around. Now, this is gonna be my last row for the border. But please feel free to do as many rows as you like. So when you have double crochet in the back loop, make sure you go into the very first stitch and just half double crochet all the way around, back around, and down. And I'll meet you when I get back. So I'm finishing up on that half double crochet row in the back loop, just going right into the corner. Now for the border, you can add however many rows you want to, but I'm just gonna do this one row. So I'm gonna chain 1, pull through, weave that in, and we're done with the. Now the sleeve is super optional. What you wanna do for the sleeve, you can just do a couple of rows of half double crochet, leave it as a vest like, continue this all the way down, however you want to do, but this is the length I'm choosing to do. And for the sleeve, you make sure it's on the right side. And you're going to connect your yarn towards the inseam, the down seam, the opposite of the shoulder. This is where you'll attach your yarn. Chain up 1, I'm gonna pull and chain up another one just so it's tight, and you're gonna single crochet all the way around the armhole. Now you want to count each stitch, so you could do the same exact thing on the opposite sleeve. So here I did 78 single crochet stitches, so I'm going to do 78 over here. So single crochet all the way around, come back, and that's when you slip stitch. Just like how we did on the side panel, make sure you place, well, for what worked for me, placing 3 double crochets in that box row where we did like a chain pull on the side. Just placing 3 single crochets right in there. And I'll meet you when I get back to that seam to chain 2 place. So I finished my single crochets all the way around. I'm back at that chain 2 space, and that's where we're gonna just slip stitch in that last chain. Just slip stitch right into that chain space. We did. I'm gonna chain up 2 and place 1/2 double crochet in each stitch all the way around. So I'm just half double crocheting all the way around under both loops, and then when I'm done, I will slip stitch back into that chain 2 space, right on top of that chain 2 space, right there, right there, right there. And I'll meet you when I get back. Boom. Slip stitch right in there. And now we're gonna do the boxes. that I did for the sleeve, which is optional. Just chain up 4 and do exactly how we did for that box row. Chain up 4. You're not going to count this first stitch. You're going to skip the second and right into the third and place 1 double crochet. And do that all the way around till you reach back to the chain 4 space where we'll slip stitch in the third chain of that chain 4. So chain 1, skip a stitch, and then right into the next. Chain 1, skip a stitch, double crochet in the next. That's how it looks. So I'm gonna do that all the way around. I did this for a total of 14 box rows before I did an increase in 1 row after that. So that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm almost to that chain 4 space, going into the last stitch. I'm going to chain 1, slip stitch in that third chain from the chain 4 we first did. So right up in there, slip stitch. Now for the remainder of the rows, I'm going to chain up 4, boom, boom, and place 1 double crochet on top of each double crochet. So 1 double crochet, chain 1, and another double crochet right on top of the last double crochet. And I'm going to do that all the way around for a total of 14 rows. Just simply chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet on top of the previous row. And I'll meet you when I'm done. So I'm at the end of my 14th row. Just going to slip stitch into that third chain from the chain 4. Right there. Okay. And we're going to just do 1 increase row. And this is how it looks so far. Now you can make this longer if you like, but this is the length I'm choosing. Going to chain up 4. And we're going to place 1 double crochet inside the first box. Right there. Right there. Let's get closer. You're close enough. Right there. 1 double crochet right in that box. Chain 1 and place a double crochet on top of the previous double crochet. Chain 1. So you're placing 1 double crochet inside the box, chain 1, and 1 double crochet on top of the previous double crochet. And once again, we're doing this all the way around till we reach the chain 4 space. And that's how it should look. So approaching that last stitch, I'm just going to chain 1, slip stitch in that third chain, and we're going to do like how we did before by chaining up 4, 3, 4, boom, and placing 1 double crochet on top of the last double crochet from the previous row. Chain 1 and right on top of the last double crochet from the previous row. So we're not going into the boxes. Just do like how we did our regular box rows. Chain 1 and right on top of the last double crochet. And doing that all the way around You're not new to this. You're true to this. And we're gonna slip stitch back into that chain 4 space in the 3rd chain. Meet you back. See you back, meet you back. You know what it is. So at that last stitch, slip stitching in that 3rd chain, chaining up 1, cutting my yarn, pulling through, boom, and this is how it looks. Guys, for the bottom of your garment, you could add fringe, you could do a whole border, you could do whatever you want. I'm choosing to leave it as is, but feel free to get all creative. Add colors, add a look. What's super optional is adding a little belt. All I did was chain 180 and go back down it with a half double crochet. Nothing fancy here. Just a little something to add a little something, Super optional once again. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you follow me on Instagram at LaDria LaVae. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn on those notifications, and I'll see you back here soon. Peace and light.